Are you in a relationship and you don't trust your partner? Well, this episode's about, if you have to ask the question, the answer doesn't matter. Let's go. Yes, y'all. Yes. 41 today's Sunday. And family, relationship, all those different things I speak about. Usually my partner in crime's with me, but today she is not with me. And that's why this episode is released a little late. I wanted her, but her schedule could not intertwine with this episode today. Next week, we'll pray and hopefully get her back on. But let's go. Today is a dope topic. I've been getting questions of what to talk about for relationships and family. And today I wanted to pick this one. It's like, one of my boys, they always used to say this when they were young. And, you know, I've been in a bunch of different relationships and I've been going through different things. So this one I think was a good topic because I know a lot of people are in relationships and they may or may not trust their partner. Now, a big part of a relationship is built on trust. And if you don't have trust in your relationship, what do you have? You don't have nothing. So guys, women, ladies, I hope you can find some type of insight in this episode and it'll help you with your relationship. So let's go. Let me first start off by saying thank you guys for rocking with me and continue to rock with me. I love you guys, man. The following, the subscribers, the likes, the shares, the comments. You guys are feeding into me and I appreciate it. I know I took that 2 weeks off and it kind of hurt me in the algorithm. And I always tell you guys, you got to be consistent, but you also have to take a break. And those 39 days straight was kind of tough for me. I'm just going to be a little bit more organized now. So be on the lookout. I'm going to keep them coming. I ain't going to stop. So don't worry about that. I got you. I'm going to be consistent because I'm talking it. So I have to walk it. But be sure to check out earnyleisure.com for the merch. They got some crazy merch. I'm going to put a discount code out. Anytime you want to, just do MJM. I'm going to make a discount code. Don't tell nobody though. It's just between me and you. 30% off. Use MJM. That's going to be a discount code. I'm going to create it. Keep it our little secret. Don't tell nobody. 30% off on earnyleisure.com. Shop whatever you want. 30% off. Don't tell nobody. It's on you. And, you know, if you want to get the higher level of education, you can go to EYLUniversity.com. It's popping over there. Check it out. Great community. Amazing community. We have 26 chapters all around the country. Some you definitely want to be a part of. So go check it out. EYL University. May even be offering some type of discount. Go check it out. If I have to give you a discount code, hit me up and I will. So I was thinking about like, what can I speak about today for family relationship episode? And I understand that like, I get all these questions and stuff where I have to pick from and I don't really know what to pick from because it just gets overwhelming. That's why I like to, you know, feed off my partner when she comes on. But when I got to do it by myself, I got to do it by myself. Like it got to be done or it got to be done. And one of the questions stuck out is, what do I do if I don't trust my partner? How do I stay in a relationship if I don't trust my partner? There was something like that, right? And it goes like this, right? You should know who you're in a relationship with. That's first and foremost, especially if you have some time, like 6 months, a year, 2 years. And after a year, I feel like who you are is who you're going to be. It's not going to change. So, like the person that you're in a relationship with and it's been some time, you know who it is. So, if you don't trust that person and it's been some time, it might be time for you to exit that relationship. But I have a saying that I go by, like, if you have to ask the question, the answer doesn't really matter. What do I mean? Like, if I have to go through your phone and look for if you're cheating on me, if you're talking to somebody, we already lost. We ain't got nothing. And the unfortunate part is people continue to stay in relationships with cheating and going through phones and finding locations and stalking them, all those different things. And at the end of the day, you just got to ask yourself, if you have to ask the question, the answer doesn't matter. If you really have to do all those things, what are you in a relationship for? Ask yourself, what are you in a relationship for? Do you really need to be in a toxic environment? Do you need to be in a toxic relationship? Is it benefit for you, for them? It's not. I'll give you a point example. I was 22 years old and I was in a relationship with this young lady at the time, and she was like my first kind of love. I don't even want to say love because this shit was toxic as shit. But it was a relationship that I thought I was in love with, and I thought lust, whatever I was, right? Because it was the first woman I was kind of like not intimate with, but the first woman I kind of took serious and was like called girlfriend. And I remember, like, you know, she's done some like probably things in the relationship that I wasn't too happy about to cause me to not trust her. But it was one time, right? I was like, you know what? Let me tell her I'm going to sleep and you know, creep out of her house and see what she's doing. Cause she was kind of forcing me off the phone. Like it was kind of weird. She was kind of forcing me off the phone. Didn't want to speak to me. Like, I'm like, you going to sleep? You're tired? And it's 10 o'clock. Usually don't go to sleep at 10 o'clock. What's going on? And, you know, I'm like, you know what? I'm feeling kind of like, I got to ask the question. And the reality is, if I had to ask the question, the answer didn't matter. So I go ahead, take it upon myself, and I go by her house. I'm sitting out there for a couple minutes, whatever. Look who starts coming down and out the building. My quote unquote girlfriend. She's walking out the building. I see another car parked in front, waiting for her to come into the car. I exit my vehicle and I start saying, what are you doing? You know how that story goes. And the moral of the story is she was probably going out with this guy or whatever, who she was. She could have been having sex, who knows? But the reality is I still continue to stay in a relationship with her. I still was doing all this stuff. And if I had to ask the question, the answer didn't matter because I got the answer and I still was dealing with her. And the thing is that we stress ourselves out with so many things in our relationship, like if they're going to cheat on us, if they're going to do this, if they're going to talk to this person, take all that negative energy and push it away. You got to push it away because the reality is if they are cheating, if they are talking to somebody else, are you going to leave? That's the real question. Are you going to leave? Because you build yourself up with all this negative energy and you end up finding out they're doing something and you still stay. So the reality is, what are you doing? Why are you stressing yourself out? If you're going to accept it, just accept it, accept who they are, deal with it, or move on. Because if you stress yourself out every single day, trying to find out if they're cheating on you, trying to find out if they're doing this or doing that, and then you do actually find out and you stay, you built up all that stress for no reason at all. And it comes to a point where if you got to ask that question, the answer don't really matter. Just move on. What you got to do is trust your partner. And if you can't trust your partner, I think you should just move on. And that's the reality with relationships. It's like, we want to love them. We want to like them. We want to trust them. We want to, you know, believe in them. We want to have a future with them. All these different things, especially when the relationship's at its highest peak. You want all of that. And then it starts to come down. Things start not to be as good as it was. And you start to not trust. And you start remembering those high peaks in them low moments. And it makes you hold on to the relationship that you thought you used to have that isn't anymore. And you stay in that relationship for years on, years on, years on, years on. Meanwhile, you're stressing yourself out for years on, years on, years on, years on, because you don't trust them. You think they're doing this. You think they're doing that. And the reality is, their relationship isn't here no more. Accept the relationship for what it is. Accept the person for who they are. Or move on. Don't stress yourself. Because it's just going to go on and go on and go on and go on. And you're going to think things are going to change. But it did change. It changed from here to here. And this is what it is. If you can't accept the relationship at this level, then maybe you shouldn't be in a relationship anymore. And that's the reality with life. In anything, friendships, family, intimate relationships, anything. Stop thinking what it was and start believing what it is. That's the reality. Don't hold on to something that isn't. Open your eyes, see what it is, and accept it or deflect it. That's some real shit. And I realized this, right? At a young age, at 22 years old, I said, what am I doing? Well, I'm over here running around trying to chase this girl. She's 21 years old. She want to have fun. Why do I even think I could have something serious at that age? She was just trying to have fun. And I can't even be mad at her. She was young. And the reality is, I deserved it because I knew every single time I caught her, every single time she was doing something, I continued to stay in that relationship. And I stressed myself out. And you know what that did? That caused trauma to every relationship going forward. It caused trauma. I had to do therapy, psychotherapy. I had to do so many different things to realize everyone's not that bad. Everyone doesn't do the things that my first relationship did. And it caused insecurities with me in my relationships going forward. So I had to heal from that, right? And I'm trying to help you. Don't do the same thing I did. Don't hurt yourself so much where it's gonna hurt the future, your next relationship. And whatever happened in your past, you gotta leave it back there. If you have to go to therapy to heal, to just let it all out because you're living with baggage, then do it. If you have to make a video and speak into a camera, then do it. But don't bring all that trauma to your new relationship. Because if you have to ask the question, the answer doesn't really matter. Just because one did something doesn't mean the other's gonna do it. We're all different. Even the dynamic of the relationship. The way I may act in this relationship is gonna be different than I act in this relationship. It's different, it's a dynamic. And life is all about that. Everybody's different. And I think that when you have a relationship and you don't have trust, it's time to move on. It's time to move on. So I'm gonna leave y'all with that. I hope that you can find some type of value in this conversation because I've been in a lot of relationships. Even my friends say I'm a relationship person, and I really wasn't. My whole 20s, I wasn't in a relationship. I've been in like 3 relationships in my 30s, and my early 20s, I literally got out of that relationship at like 22, and I didn't go in any relationship until I was like 30. So I was single for basically my whole 20s. And in my whole 30s, I was in a relationship, maybe 3 or 4 relationships, right? So I kind of got to experience all these different types of people, got to experience a bunch of different emotions, got a different experiences on different types of situations and how to deal with situations in relationships. And it led me to believe that if I got to go through your phone, honey, I don't need to be with you. If I got to go through your emails or got to stalk you or got to wait by your house, I ain't got to be with you. I ain't trying to trust. What did Jay-Z say? I got 99 problems, but ain't one. I got a lot of issues that I have to deal with on a daily basis. And I damn sure ain't gonna make my woman my issue. So I love her. I love her to death. I trust her. I believe in her. And I believe we got something real. And that's all that matters. She believes we got something real. That's all that matters. We're gonna build what we got and we keep it going. And we're gonna build this legacy and this empire. And that's it. So you got to believe in what you got. And if you can't believe in what you got, you have doubt, you shouldn't go forward with it. That's my word. But guys, thank you so much for rocking with me. Thank you for listening to me. You know, as always, I really love you guys. I appreciate you guys for following me. I hope you like this episode. It's the family relationship episode. Maybe next week I'll get Jessica on to talk about, maybe the reaction to this. Who knows? But guys, I love you guys. I'm out of here. Later.